Hey guys, today I'm going to be redoing my computer video as I didn't like the quality of the last one and I think I can do better. So I'm going to be redoing my ultimate Ryzen build of 2017. Let's do it. First up on the specs chopping block is the centerpiece of this build, the Ryzen 5 1600 6-core 12-thread CPU, which is great for video editing and flies through all of my necessities. In the RAM department, I picked up a 16GB kit clocked at 3000 MHz. I went with the higher clock speed since Ryzen can use faster RAM more than the Intel side of the fence. The component connecting the rest together is the ASRock B350 Micro ATX board for the AM4 socket. I went with this board because it was the cheapest non-red Micro ATX board I found, and even though it doesn't support any Ryzen CPU above the 1700 since it can only do 65 watts, it still will be fine for me as I won't need to upgrade for a couple years, and when I do, I will go for a whole new system. Next up on the chopping block is storage. I'm using the storage from my old build, which is a Samsung 120GB SSD boot drive and a Toshiba 300GB 2.5-inch hard drive. The graphical beast powering this machine is the XFX 8GB RX 480, and I know that the 580 just came out, but I ordered my parts before they came out, and I don't really care about the small boost since I'm not a big gamer, and if I did game, this GPU can easily handle 1080p at 60fps. The power to this system is the CX450M semi-modular power supply from Corsair. I didn't want to spend the moolah for a fully modular power supply since my case has a PSU shroud, so I went with this option. I know the PSU isn't very interesting, so let's move on. The big box holding all of this together is a case that I really like, the Fractal Design Define Mini C Micro ATX case. I went with the side panel version as I wanted to be able to see all my components, and even though it is plastic, it still looks really good. That's what I use it for. It's mostly an editing machine, and it does really well with 4K video. I'm not much of a gamer, but in most games, the RX 480 can get 1080p 60fps, and that's really good. Well, that's the video. This is Autry, signing out.